Ocean's Pit, little show about big things, folks. Boy, do we got a great show for you today. It's Toxic Thursday, Therapy Thursday, whatever you want to call it. It is what it is. Carol Bandolino is in the house on Thursday. It'll be the last show for the week before the 4th of July because we'll be off tomorrow. Guys, check the website, TonyOceanMusic.com. Go and call it 847-769-8609 to book a show. Every show is dedicated to the first responders, our men and women in the military, and, of course, our veterans. Actually, 45 years ago today. For the Vietnam War, and nobody talks about it. Nobody says anything about it. So to our vets and anybody who fought for that 45 years, God bless for that. So, and mostly the show is dedicated to you guys. So thank you guys for watching. It's going to be a good one. Carol, what's going on with you? Where are you at? And you got an American flag I see behind you.
I'm in our second conference room.
I've never seen the flag before. Okay.
Yeah, you know what?
With the flag. I thought maybe you bought it out for the 4th of July.
That too. That's why I have it in the background. I turned my computer here so I can have it in the background. It's important.
There you go. All you need is a picture of a president or something behind you. There you go. All right, it's Ocean's Pit. Let's go to work, everybody. Boom, boom. That's what it is, folks. Happy 4th of July weekend on Ocean's Pit. Carol Brandolino is in the house. I want to thank Richie Mancini yesterday for being on the show. One of the great chefs out of Chicago and his keen dog food, homemade dog food and stuff. He's already got a couple customers already. Mm-hmm. So that was a lot of fun with that. Tonight we'll be at Zaza's in Lake Barrington tonight with the professor, Daryl Armenstad. That's a 7 o'clock hit. And then tomorrow we'll be at the Elmwood Park Parade. 78th Court, I think it is. It's from 9 to 11. We'll be on the float. It's going to be a long float, singing on the float with Jerry Jams. And then tomorrow I'll be a private party. And Saturday will be a private party as well as the beautiful Grand Geneva. It's a wedding, actually, Grand Geneva. And then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, we'll be in Oconomowoc, Wisconsin on a little trip there, folks. So we'll be coming to you from I'm going to try to bring my computer with me. Instead of my phone, I'm going to bring the laptop so we can put it up over there when we have the Tuesday. What's going on your end over there?
Just preparing. It's like a Friday today, obviously, because we don't have work. Well, we don't have work tomorrow. I think a lot of people don't. But so I'm excited. It feels like Friday. It's a long weekend. We got a few plans. It'll be like a nice little swimming pool weekend, a little bit, with Gina's and a couple of little parties going on. Birthday party and a barbecue tomorrow, and then a birthday party Saturday. Yeah. So just looking forward to just having a few days to unwind. That's all.
Some downtime it is. Now, I know there's a lot of festivals and corporate festivals that are out there right now, whether it's concerts or concerts in the park or whatever it is. I don't know if you guys noticed that. I don't know if it was in Arlington Heights when you guys were there yesterday with C7th Heaven. A lot of these festivals now, ladies and gentlemen, are not taking cash anymore. Did you guys realize that when you guys were buying anything or anything like that? I don't know if I've seen it, but now a lot of them are going to start just using the ATM or credit cards or your app on your phone because nobody wants to seem to be carrying cash or nobody wants to use cash anymore. Do you still use cash if you
sometimes
can?
I do. Yeah. I mean, I sometimes I want to have cash on hand for certain things, but it's just easier.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's easier to just use your card. But I think eventually, I know businesses don't want to use cash. Listen, there's theft. There's theft. They're working at carnivals and stuff like that or wherever. Yeah. You have a lot of volunteers or people that normally don't work. Yeah. They don't want cash going through people's hands. So that's one of the things. The other thing is they pay, but the other thing is they do pay very high prices for the credit card machine. So, it's kind of a balance, it's a one or the other, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you might be saving on one end, but you're going to be paying more money on the other by using the ATM or the credit card or whatever hell it is. 4th of July weekend, like we're talking about, Carol, 62 million people they're expecting to be either driving, flying for this weekend.
Oh,
62
no, thank
million
you.
people on the 4th of July. This is what
I don't want to be on the road. I do not. I can't. I have zero patience.
I don't mind being on the road. I don't mind being on the road sometimes, but on an airport, it's got to be a
Oh.
pain in the ass. Got to be a pain in the ass on the 4th of July
Yep.
weekend. You know what I mean? Just like it is at Christmas. Have you ever flown at Christmas time
No.
somewhere?
Oh, I can't imagine.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Brutal.
Oh, God.
Brutal. Yeah, I haven't done it in a while, but yeah, you got to
Mhm.
watch that. It's Ocean Spit, Carol Bandolino. I'm Tony O, folks. Let's get right to our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place. Buy local, shop local. That's what it's about, folks. Save 20% on L Select Craftsman Power Tools. Buy a 2-pack of Select Milwaukee M18 batteries and receive a Select M18 tool for free. Get a $249 value. So many great things going on over there. Looking up to spice up your food for your special grill. Check out the spices, rubs, and sauces to add flavor to your barbecue feast. Trending now is a new TikTok meat church. Tringer and Danny O's have them all, folks. That's all our good stuff they have at Ace Hardware. And don't forget to tell them to grill your ace off when you shop at Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Here are our good friends from Ace. Today's National Parrot Head Day, which parrot head means you're a Jimmy Buffett follower or a groupie or whatever you call them. Never been into Jimmy Buffett. All songs to me all sound the same. It's all about just drinking and having a good time and smoking pot. It's almost like a new version of the Grateful Dead.
Not a bad thing. If I'm by a beach and some palm trees.
Are you a parrot head?
I do love his music.
On the beach
I do. I like everything that just surrounds that kind of entertainment is like the palm trees, the beach, warm weather, like for me. And I do like that music. I like reggae too. So I like that.
Yeah. Well, I love reggae. Reggae, I like Bob Marley and that stuff, but this guy here with sitting on sponge cake and all that shit, I'm sorry.
Nibbling on sponge cake.
And then some of the people, have you ever seen some of the people that follow this guy? Oh, some have no teeth. They don't shower. I mean, it's like, what the hell? Sandals
you don't like sandals and Crocs.
A little too much for me. A little too much for me as it is. But hey, God bless. And we'd also missed Canada Day. July 1st is Canada Day. So beautiful place up there in Canada. And last thing for me, I got a couple of things after you're done there, folks. July 6th would be Saturday, since we don't do the show on Saturday or Sunday. John Lennon and Paul McCartney met on July 6, 1957. And they met as kids. And all of a sudden, they become partners and they become one of the greatest singer-songwriters in the world of the Beatles, of course. But that happened July 6th, 1957. Carol, with everything going on now, we're talking about P. Diddy. P. Diddy. Did he do this? Did he do that? It doesn't seem like he did anything so far.
Neither did OJ. OJ didn't do anything either. Okay. Like, I'm sorry. I feel I'm having like PTSD right now. And you know what makes me really sick as a woman too? And I'm not all about just about women, but right now, a lot of this has to do. We saw videos of this guy beating and dragging a woman through a hallway. This went viral. We saw it. Okay. So we know what kind of piece of shit he is. Right. And now they're just putting this out there, I think, just to appease people that there was some sort of a trial. But this wasn't a trial. He was literally not found guilty on the most serious crimes. And they're saying that the women, consented to the sex. But, these women were probably afraid of him. I mean, he's a violent person and he's got so much power. And the last thing I'm going to say about this, because I'm so disgusted and I don't want to go on to a rant and start yelling about shit. But when I see videos of people pouring fucking baby oil all over themselves, like celebrating, and some of you idiots are women, you're a dumb ass. You are a dumbass. I don't care what your race is, if you're black or white or whatever, and you're pouring baby oil on yourself for a guy who has violated women so many different ways. You make me sick. Like, get it together. Why are you doing that? It's like condoning violence and against women and rape
Yes.
and sex trafficking, all of it.
Yeah.
Like somebody said,
And it's
he's
like,
the
and it's
Epstein
also
of
whether
hip-hop.
they're into it or yeah. Well, you know what? Even though it's like, remember, sometimes some of them just do it because it's P. Diddy. Ooh, it's a celebrity. I mean, United States versus Sean Combs, folks. He was the first count of not guilty of racketeering conspiracy, not guilty of sex trafficking by force. That was count 2. He was found guilty at count 3, transportation to engage of prostitution, not guilty on count 4 for sex trafficking by force, and guilty on the 5th count of transportation to engage prostitution. So he's a pimp.
I mean, yeah, I mean, I guess, but the thing is, you know how they say whatever he did get charged with. Okay, so big deal. The judge said he's going to stay in jail until the sentencing. Okay, and he should. But the other thing is, what he is going to get sentenced for. When I was looking it up, it said 0 to 10 years is the jail time. 0 to 10 years is the jail time. So what? He could get a year. It's whatever he's got money. Of course, he's not going to get what he should get. He's
probably going to do the less thing, right? Or they'll lock him up and they'll put him one of those country clubs, where he just, maybe he's going to have to be house arrest. Here he goes, ABC News. A judge denied bail, ruling Sean Penny Jones will remain in custody after being acquitted for the most serious charge of his trial, but being found guilty on 2 lesser counts. Some people, like you said, 0 to 10 years, or even 1 to 10 years.
0.
Someone said he might do 10 to 3 years and maybe out and 1 year after good behavior. But if you look at this, though, Carol, people will not look at him the same, because remember, after OJ, his career went completely down. Now, granted, he's a millionaire, if you know what I mean. He's already got money. So how do people look at him when he gets out? Even though if they found him, he's going to come back and do a reality show, make another record. People will buy that record. People will buy that record.
Yep, they will buy it, and people don't sadly care. They already know he's a piece of garbage. They already know he's a piece of garbage. They saw that video I was talking about, a beating on the woman, and then we've all been hearing about his freak out parties or whatever they're called, right? People already know this is true. This was happening, and if people are celebrating by dousing themselves with baby oil, we're done. We're done as a society. Done. Like, honestly.
So, yeah. And you got to figure out how long this has been going on since he just got caught.
Yep.
So how long has P. Diddy been in power? I mean, he's been popular for many years.
But like I said, don't forget about the blackmail aspect. You can have a ton of money, a lot of money. That helps, right? Yeah. But when you have blackmail on people, this is how you get off on charges and this and that. See, these people pray and they're conniving. And this is what they do. I think they go to these people, they get stuff on them, they entice them over the years. Then they got something on them, whether it's judges, lawyers, other famous people, politicians. Politicians, number one. So he's got shit on all of them. He's probably got video. So you know what? Of course they're going to get him off. Of course they're going to get him off. And if people don't think that's true, you're naive, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with you too. It's crazy as it is. Also, for Chicago Cubs fans, Ryan Sandberg got his cancer, came back again, folks. So our prayers go out to Rhino with the Chicago Cubs, of course. If you're a Cub fan, it's been a big Chicago guy forever. And Portillo's, Carol, Portillo's now serves breakfast.
I heard.
I didn't even realize.
I heard.
That.
And I heard it's good too. I've had a lot of people feedback from people because I like Portillo's. I do. Okay. So I want to try it.
Yeah, me too. Mm-hmm. I like it. What do you got?
Well, yeah. I mean, I wrote down a few things. I go there, I scroll through Facebook.
Yeah.
And this is so funny because I related to it so well. It says, praying my daughter, her sass helps her lead a company one day and not a gang in prison. Because she's So bossy. And I just thought that was so funny because she is like she can be bossy sometimes, but I call her a leader because my friends that I grew up with since I was 3, 4 years old said I was very bossy when we were younger, like when we played games and whatever. They busted my chops all
Yeah.
the time.
So now it rubbed off on your daughter. That's
Listen,
what you're saying.
I'll take it. I'd rather have her be bossy and a leader than anything else. And then the other thing that made me laugh was he's a 2, but has a boat and it's 4th of July weekend.
So let's get on the boat and
Well,
use the guy because he's a 2, but we'll have
I mean,
weekend.
I thought it was funny.
Yeah. Well, there you go, folks. There you go. You can't make that up. And I just seen this too, which is Selena Gomez Oreo cookies.
Oh, I didn't see that.
What?
What does that mean? What?
Why Selena Gomez Oreo cookies? I mean,
What's in them? Are they regular?
How did she get her? What's in
Oh.
them? Taco sauce? I mean, I hate to be whatchamacallit, but why? How does Gomez go with Oreos? I mean, I'm not saying that they don't
Maybe they
eat
have
them,
tahini.
but I'm just saying, how does that
Maybe
work?
they have tahini. Maybe they
What?
have tahini on them or something. Listen, who knows? They put Oreos with everything. They dip them in deep fried Oreos and chocolate fudge, whatever.
No, I know, but usually
Right.
you want to get someone kind of related to
Right.
the cookie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever.
They have no idea.
Like if someone's gonna promote a cigar, use a picture of Al Pacino or something, not a picture
Right.
of you know.
And also somebody who's skinny.
I didn't mean to get a little crazy.
Somebody that's like a waif, like very skinny. I'm sorry, you don't even eat Oreos. Like, I don't. Why are you promoting Oreos? That's just my bad.
Why are you promoting Oreos? Okay, so there you go. Interesting. You know what? Other thing is very interesting, and I didn't realize this too. We all been to wakes. We've all seen loved ones pass away. We go in front of the casket. We say our prayers. Some people even kiss the deceased. And now they're saying it's not good to kiss the deceased. They say there's a lot of health. First of all, it's a lot of health things that can happen if they've had, I don't know. This is what some people are saying. Also, in some religions, it's a disgrace to kiss the dead. I don't know. I mean, I've kissed maybe 1 or 2 dead people. One up to kiss them on the forehead. Is that a common thing in Greek funerals?
Yeah, and I'm not saying this in jest by any means. I mean, I've seen people almost get in. I mean, it's very sad, and their circumstances all matter. But the only reason I could think, I mean, I've kissed a couple on the forehead, but the thing, the health risk, I don't know. Maybe it's what they have to put on them, when they're preparing them for the wake. You know what I mean?
I tried to Google it, but it didn't say. It didn't say just said health risks. It didn't actually tell you what could happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you have a sore, like a sore or something, and you kiss it, and the bombing, maybe the fluid that gets maybe into something.
I don't know.
Who knows?
Yeah, I've never heard that, but
me either. But interesting stuff. Okay. In some states, Carol, I don't know if you know this stat, but some of the kids start school at 10 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock in the morning. This is why they have enough sleep and they're refreshed. And it seems like it works to a better day. But I don't know if maybe that does, but don't you have to also now stay later in school if you're starting at 10 instead of 8?
You would think so, because I do think with the State Board of Education, or there's different rules and things that they have to follow. You have to have a certain amount of classes and stuff like that, but maybe they cut down on other things to get, but 10 to 3 just doesn't seem long enough. And most schools get out between 2:30 and 3 o'clock. So I don't know if that's even, I don't know if that's.
Well, then remember, you also have an hour. Don't you have a hour lunch? I don't know. I don't remember. I think we had a half hour when I was a kid. This been many years ago. So I don't know if it's changed, but so it's interesting to see. Also, if you're in the Maryland, have you ever been to Maryland?
I haven't.
The state of Maryland. Okay. If you drive, this is interesting. It just says if you drive over 30 miles an hour over the speed limit, which would make sense, you get 2 months in jail. So if it was 45 and you're going 65, no shit, you're going to get a ticket. 30 miles over. Who drives 30 miles over the limit
On the highway?
I don't even know why. On a highway. I don't even know why I mentioned it. I mean, it makes real stupid sense. People Magazine, Jeff Bezos and his wife, now his wife, Laura Sanchez, on their wedding gifts. They said they didn't want to wedding gifts. They just said donate to our charity.
Okay.
So they didn't want no wedding gifts. Just donate to the charity.
Yeah. What are you going to give them? What are you going to give somebody like that? Money? You're going to give them $50, $100, $200, $500,000. What are you going to give them? Nothing.
You can't give them anything, right? Exactly. So I think it's kind of cool. I'm sure now with weddings out there, what's the proper? Let's just think. What's the proper money to put in an envelope? These days, I remember, it's all different. Depends where it's at. First thing we look at is who it is, obviously. Right. Second of is where it's at. Where it's at is important too. And right now, sometimes $100 a plate doesn't even cover the plate.
Sometimes, depending where it's at, I think you got to definitely look at that for sure. But yeah, 100, 125. I mean, I think is kind of standard. You want to at least cover the plate. You know what I mean? But if it's an older couple, it's different. Younger, you want to give them a little more money. They're just starting out typically. There's so many different factors, I guess.
Right. It all depends. If they're having a wedding at a VFW, then that money's a little tight and it ain't going to cost you. But if they're having it somewhere like at the Carlisle or somewhere expensive downtown, that plate is going to cost. So at least cover the plate so it doesn't have to come out of the bride and groom's pocket. Right. You know what I mean? Which makes sense. We were talking about kids in general. You know what they're saying right now? To raise a child in the United States, that means from when he was born to when he gets over, they're saying about $400,000 per child to raise a child from the minute when he's born until he gets like 18, 19 years old. I mean, you figure even after they're 18, there is college. And then if they don't make the college, I don't know how many parents pay for college anymore. Do they?
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of them do. I have friends. I mean, they're just leveraged to the hill. And you know what? What's the sucky part is they don't have, because they don't meet the bracket. Like they make decent money, but they're not millionaires. But because they're in this bracket where they make, let's say $100,000 a year. One of my friend's sons went to a University of Indiana, and he was in a business program. It was like $60,000 a year. Like it's no joke. And he lived there and stuff like that. And if you have 2 kids, how do you afford that? Like really? And they don't give them any assistance because they make too much money, but they really should assist kids. College should not be as expensive as it is. If you want more educated people and you want good people leading our world and our country the right way, then don't make it so freaking expensive. That's just, it's counterproductive.
I agree with you because I don't know how many people, I'm wondering how many kids are still going to college, or if they're taking they might be just going to college for a couple of years just to get the basic skills of whatever, business or whatever stuff like that. But let's be honest. I mean, I don't know, unless you're going to be a doctor or a lawyer or something like that, where it takes a lot of years in school. What's the point in going anymore with all these trades right now? They're paying great money.
Yeah, they're paying great money, great typically benefits and retirement and all of that. But on top of it, so many kids don't go into the field that their degree is in. To get the degree, you pay all this money and then they're working at wherever, that has nothing to do with the degree. Make sure at least you want to do what you're going to school for so you can utilize your degree, I guess.
You can absolutely. It's Ocean Spit. Yeah, that makes complete sense. At least, if you're going to spend the money, do it right. We're just seeing some people now.
Yeah.
Carol Minotti, good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. Peter Prado, they got all inclusive to pay $30,000 just to go to a wedding. You have to be a big shooter. Mo, I have another $1,000 in an envelope. Oh, okay. There you go, Peter. Emo, how you doing? There's Mr. Jerry Maselli. What's up, Jill? I'm just seeing you guys for the first time. David, $100 not enough. You're right. Cover the plate. Step up, Richard, Captain, Dennis. Gina, Italian funerals, people need the smelling salt So they don't. So it's so hysterical. You too.
They don't
I
fit.
remember. Till
Yeah.
we're going back to the kissing. Probably the Greeks
Mhm.
too. I remember
Yeah.
sometime you'd see the lady go, "Whoa, take me, take me! Why did you have to take him?" And they're
Yep.
in black and
Yeah, but it's not talking about the husband usually. It's typically like, something it's a little Sorry, I had to. Sorry. I'm coming
It's
off as
usually
a
not what
man
the
hater.
husband.
I'm
Oh, there you go. It's got what, a kid or a
They'll
nephew or an uncle.
close the
Yeah.
casket.
That's
They'll
the
close the if
husband.
it's a husband, they'll just close the casket.
Yeah, just
Bye.
close it. It's a husband. That's okay. Make sure all the things are. Yeah.
Sorry.
Make
Oh.
sure all the finances are all taken care of. All right, you can go. That's enough.
Did you see what Peter
Horrible.
said? Peter Prado, that's so funny. He said, I've kissed a few women that I thought were dead. He goes,
Oh, Peter,
That's
that's
a
a
good
good
one.
one. That's a
That's a
good
good
one.
one.
That is funny. You're watching Ocean Spit. We were talking about the fireworks, 4th of July. There will be no fireworks downtown Chicago at Navy Pier because they spend too much money. They can't afford it.
Nope. And
Are
now
you
who's
out
gonna
of
go
your
out
mind?
there? Who's going to go out there now, though? That's another thing because look at what just happened in River North yesterday. I think it was yesterday. 19 people were shot. Four are dead in River North. If you can't go there, I know that was like some local rapper, like listening party, but you know what? People probably aren't going to bring their kids to do it anyway. And at Navy Pier, but they don't have the money anyway because they spent it all. The mayor, and
Well, look at the tax hike they just put for Illinois. We just talked
Yeah.
about this on Tuesday, July
Right.
1st. Everything went up, saying that they don't have money to give the fireworks. And you know what? Maybe that's a good excuse. So maybe there is no fights and crazy shootings. Look, like you just said about prayers go out to the people involved in that shooting, the innocent bystanders. A couple cops, I think, were hurt too as well. just horrible. Also, former TV evangelist, if you guys, you might not remember him, Carol, but when I was a little younger, Jimmy Swaggart would be the guy, talk to God. I talked to God, and he told me, give me $500. If you send me $50, I will send you the book, and God will help you. Yeah, right.
I will heal you. Yeah.
So, passes away at the age of 90 years old. Stock market right now is at an all-time high, when all the experts said it was going to go downhill. So interesting. Very interesting. Do you play in the stocks at all, Carol? Do you get into that at all?
No. You know what? I would love to start learning about it. I would like to speak to it, but I can't because I don't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to though, because it's very lucrative if you know what you're doing. And if you have the right people or financial advisors or people that are well-versed in stocks, it's very lucrative. And, you can get your retirement out of that for sure. So that's eventually coming.
Yeah, you could. Dennis said going to the Hyatt Regency to watch the fireworks. I guess what I heard, they just canceled. So we changed it to the Wisconsin Dells. Okay, nothing wrong with going to the Dells. It's probably going to be crazy now. Richard, no money for the 4th of July fireworks, but they're still doing them every Wednesday and Saturday through the summer. Makes more sense.
Yes. Yeah.
That makes sense. Good point, Richard. Good point. It makes sense. Yeah. So go down there on Wednesday and Sunday and get shot instead of the 4th of July to go see the fireworks. Let's get to our good friend Mary Grievous, folks. That's right. Real estate at its finest, folks. Don't just call her when you're ready to buy or sell. Contact her when you're considering buying or selling. She's your forever agent, Mary Grievous at Berkshire Stark Hathaway. 630-688-1725. Available at buyers, sellers, for sale by owners, and expired listings. That is Berkshire Hathaway Stark Real Estate with our good friend Mary Grievous. Also, she's also in charge of NTD Vacations, the 2026 MSC World America, January 17th to January 25th, 2026, 7-night Western Caribbean cruise, Miami, Honduras, Costa Maya, Cozumel, Ocean Cape, private island. Go to chicagomusiccruise.com, put in Tony Ocean, or better yet, pick up the phone, call Mary and say 630-688-1725. I want to go on the ocean with Ocean Chicago Music Cruise. Tony Ocean, the Main Event Band, and Seventh Heaven announced right now. I'm sure there are going to be some other acts, but right now, this is what you got. And I'm sure Richie's working on getting some more great acts on that ship. It is the 4th of July weekend. Boy, anything else in your cupboard over there?
Yeah. I want to show you something. Okay.
Shoot.
You see this?
But it looks like brass knuckles.
Okay. So it's called InstaStrike. I think Jeanette sent this to me in Messenger. And I can't believe I didn't know what this was. They're brass knuckles, okay, that you put on, but on the knuckles, on the 3 knuckles there, it's like a stun gun. Okay. Like, I'm so excited about this. I'm ordering. I told Gina I'm going to get two deal.
Order now and get a free,
So
what a great idea.
Listen to this. Protect yourself and your loved ones with the Triple Shock, the ultimate self-defense tool. 28 million volts. Okay. Instant power to stop any threat. Discreet, concealable, yet extremely powerful. Fast action, no delay. Just grip and defend. Long battery life. Easy to charge, always reliable. It sounds like a sex toy, but whatever. I mean, like, it's just like one of those things, but it's like $80.
It's in 2-in-1. Can I ask what the price is? Is there a price on that?
It was a special price at the time. It was from $80 to $40. So you could get 2 for $80, right? I think that's totally reasonable.
So if you shop now, but wait, we'll throw in an extra.
Yeah, throw in somebody that I can
another
use
one so
it
you
on.
can have both.
Yeah. Throw in somebody I could use it on. How about that? That's a great idea. I would be great.
There you go. It comes with you.
Yeah.
So not only can you punch the person, but you can stun them too with these electric volts going into the person.
Yes, and women should have those on them.
Only in America.
Yeah, like, bring it. Let's do this.
Only in America. And you know what? Let's do it. It can protect people. Yeah. I think it's a good idea. Go out there. It's not that we're promoting violence on this show. We're not promoting violence. We're just calling about protection. Self-defense. There you go. Carol, 13 things to remove from your life. Are you ready? Number 13, negative friendships. Number 12, subscriptions you don't need. Number 11, duplicate or blurry photos. Number 10, apps you never open.
Okay.
Number 9, junk email cluttering your inbox. Number 8, toys your kids outgrew. Number 7, outdated magazines. Number 6, worn out towels and sheets. Kitchen gadgets you never use. Number 5, shoes that hurt your feet. Number 4, broken gadgets collecting dust. Number 3, expired makeup and skincare. Number 2, and the number 1 thing to remove from your life, clothes you haven't worn in a year.
Oh boy, 1 and 2 are.
I got so many t-shirts and 1 or 2. This has got to be 20 years old, this shirt.
I have a lot of old clothes, and you know what? They regenerate. Like, the style comes back. If you keep them long enough, the style comes back. It does.
But I'm also keeping them thinking I'm going to drop that weight again.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm going to keep that because I know once I'm on this diet, I'm going to fit right back into these clothes.
They're called goal outfits. I have several goal outfits. And like a white suit is something I want so badly, but I can't bring myself to wear white pants. I want to so badly. But it'll get there. Give me.
Well, 4th of July, a lot of people do it.
I know, but big asses.
But Carol, people are doing it.
Big asses and white pants don't go to go hand in hand. You know what I'm saying? A little bit. It bothers me. I don't know. I can't.
Okay, that's it. All right, there you go. Okay, hope for the best. Expect the worst. Life is a play. We're unrehearsed.
Yeah, I like that.
That could be a wrapping. Hope for the best, expect the worst. Life is a play when life's unrehearsed.
I like it.
Pretty good. I like that one. You don't stop playing music because you get old. You get old because you stop playing music.
Yeah, or dancing to it. Like I saw somebody post that, and I tell you all the time, your crew and people and fans that come out, the women and the men are. Remember that gentleman? It was Donnie G's. I won't forget. He was a much older gentleman. He had to be in his 90s. He had to be. He was dancing. He had his suit on, his hat. He was very cool. He was dancing and he was like getting down, literally like lower than I could go. And that's what it is. It's these people continue to dance and it keeps you young. The women that follow you are beautiful, beautiful. I think Italian women just have, I don't know. I've been always just so inspired by them, their beauty, and they stay young looking and they look so good for their age. I can only hope to look like that when I get to be in my 70s.
But I also believe it's people, Carol, I also believe it's people going out and not sitting at home and going out and whatever it is, you know, some people do it 3 or 4 nights a week.
Yeah, well, God,
it's amazing and very, it's crazy. How about this quote? You can be a good person with a good heart, but still tell people to fuck off when needed.
Absolutely.
It's called boundaries.
Yes, I love that, and that is I think it's very true. Yep, you be a good person, but you gotta cut out the shit. You gotta cut those people out and get the weeds out.
Every now and then you gotta put it out there. Do you can you tell me what a Zach Bryan is?
He's a country artist. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, Zach Bryan.
From his mugshot, looks like he's in prison. Looks like a picture of a prisoner. But anyway, country singer Zach Bryan left an incredibly generous tip for some very lucky employee at an Irish pub over the weekend. I guess she was saying that she was now he leaves a $7,000 tip for a waitress to help her pay her bills. Now, either the girl didn't know who he was and just saying, I'm working, trying to do this, trying to, pay for this, pay for that. Or how did he know? Or how did he know? I mean, it's a generous tip. God bless. But how does he know that this lady needs help?
Well, okay. So sometimes people just start up conversations with your bartender or your server, and they might just say, oh, what do you do?
Yeah.
And just in conversation, might say, oh, my kid's got to get this, or I got to get that, or my car broke down. You have conversations. I've had many of those. Nobody ever left me a tip like that, but it would be nice. But that's
no. But I'm trying to say, I get that. But if she knew who he was, did she do it on purpose? Well, because she knew who he was.
I don't know.
Celebrity or.
I guess you can never know. There's some celebrities out there like you don't know them by name. I wouldn't know them by face either. That might be real famous, but if it's not somebody that I like follow or know about, I would never know. I would never know.
Me either. There's a lot, especially the new generation of people. I couldn't tell you. They all look like ex-cons. This a 22-year-old girl. Listen, Carol. This is how fucked this world is. A 22-year-old school employee has been charged after allegedly sending nude photos to a 14-year-old boy over several months. Now, if you think about it,
what is wrong with people?
22 and 4 don't sound as bad as 80 and a 21-year-old.
Okay, I think it is, and I'll tell you why. Because the 80 and a 21-year-old, the 21-year-old's at least over 18. They're not an adult, considered an adult, and they're making their own decisions. At 14 years old, if somebody was sending my 13-year-old daughter nude pics, a guy in his 20s, it'd be over. Like, I'd find him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That makes sense. And this is a woman. This is a woman sending it to the guy.
I know. What's wrong with this? Why? How much validation do you need? You need it from a 14-year-old kid who's like, ooh, a boob. Big deal.
Oh, boy,
I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's like, what? What can you? Oh,
my God.
I don't get it. It makes no sense to me. Never. I love this quote. Never forget where music comes from. It didn't start in a big, beautiful venue. Good shit comes from backyards, garages, restaurants, etc., festivals. And, gotta have it. My roommate's girlfriend stays over at our place quite often. When she uses our bathroom, she always leaves a clothespin on the shower head every single time. I'm hesitant to ask her because we're not close. Why does anyone do that?
Oh, I thought this was going to be a joke. I was
No,
waiting
I
for the
thought so
punchline. I
too.
swear to God.
I thought so too. I don't know if anybody's listening, if anybody's watching, if anybody can Google it. My roommate's girlfriend stays over at our place quite often. When she uses our bathroom, she always leaves a clothespin on the shower head. Every single time. On the shower head. I'm hesitant to ask her because we're not that close. Why would anyone do that? Now they're not that close, but she stays at his house often. So right there is a little screwed up.
Correct. I agree with that. Yes. I'd ask in a heartbeat. What is this? Did you forget something? Where does she use that clothespin that she has to take it off when she gets in the shower? That's what I want to know. Because that's where my sick mind goes. I'm not even gonna lie.
Where does she keep it? Yes, where does she keep it? Where does she keep this clothespin?
Because you get the shower, that's under your clothes. I don't know what she's trying to keep closed with that clothespin, but honey, put it back. Put it back.
But where are you putting it? The problem is, where are you keeping it? Your pocket and your purse, and then you put it on there. Somebody, I don't know. Somebody can maybe. Jerry James is watching. Jimmy Parker, Dave Amistad. See you later. Does anybody? Hey, Jeff. I can give you a name, Carol. There you go. Jeff Hunt is watching. Jeff, look forward to seeing you tonight, my friend. Let's see. Tony O's watching. What's up, Tony? Can anybody answer that question? We were just if you're just turning it on, folks. My roommate's girlfriend stays over quite often. She uses our bathroom. She always leaves a clothespin on the shower head every single time. I'm hesitant to ask her why we're not close. Why does anyone do that?
Ask your roommate to ask her. Ask the roommate.
Ask the roommate to ask her. There you go. Donald, how you doing, buddy? The coach is in the house. How many clothespins does she have now? That's another one. Okay, well, someone will answer that one, and we'll have to figure out. Carol, silence is the best attitude when you are disappointed with the situation. Do you think it's okay to be silent, or is it okay to let it out and let them have it?
It depends. It depends on her. It depends on the situation. I've remained silent for many years with certain instances, but you know what? It's not good to hold it all in. At least have a conversation when you cool down and say what's on your mind, because it's gonna fester and it's gonna turn into a way worse situation. And sometimes things could be a miscommunication. The person doesn't know that they pissed you off, why they pissed you off. I think you got to say it, but just say it in the right way, because it's going to fester and it's going to snowball into something way worse, I think.
I agree. And Emil made a good point. They still sell clothespins. Do you see anybody putting clothes out in the backyard anymore to dry? That's a good point, Emil.
It's a great
point. Does anybody actually still sell clothespins? Where do you buy clothespins at?
Walmart. That's where everything is. I don't know.
I bet you Walmart. I bet you even the dollar store don't sell clothespins.
Amazon. You can find everything on Amazon.
You can find everything on Amazon.
Right.
Interesting. Folks, while you guys happy Maria. Oh, Maria. Hi, Ma. Happy happy 4th of July to you too. Maybe your mom knows. Where are they? Ace Hardware. Wait, Dollar Tree. Oh, Carol says the Dollar Tree has them.
Sure.
Ace Hardware has them. Okay.
Hobby stores, I guarantee have them, like Hobby Lobby and Michael's craft
shops.
People use
craft stores. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
They use clothespins to make an arts and craft, like you said.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. But I don't think they put clothes out in the backyard anymore.
Not much. No, I can't imagine that. I haven't seen it in a long time, but I haven't lived in the city in a long time.
Wait a minute. First of all, someone can steal your clothes if they're out there. Even though they're wet, somebody can, oh boy, that's a cool shirt, and they'll grab it anyway. So
they could. Yeah, they could.
I mean, they're stealing stuff right now, folks. I mean, it's getting pretty nutty over here. Anyway, it's the time for the JRC Ace Hardware Minute, brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware Stores. Buy local, shop local. Today is Thursday, July 3rd, 87 degrees out there, sunny and warm, baby. 48% humidity, 5-mile-an-hour winds. No rain today, folks. And it looks like the rest of the weekend, Friday, it's going to be the high of 90. Saturday, for the 4th of July, it'll be the high of 90. Saturday will be the high of 92. And Sunday, the high of 81. So it should be a nice weekend for the 4th of July. And that's the weather, brought to you by JRC Ace Hardware Stores, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods. Our good friends from Ace Hardware. Carol's in the house. 4th of July is around the corner. You up north people hang clothes on the line. Okay, people up north. I did see clothes. Correct, David. People up up north, they still put clothes on. They still do. And also people asking, Ocean's Rat Pack will be at the concert in the park, Darien, right next to Downers Grove. It's going to happen July 31st, outside concert in the park. That show has been added. No one is without flaws. Not me, not you, not anyone. If you want to live in peace, embrace who you are, and respect others for who they are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, no one's perfect. Just leave people alone, really. You know, you don't have to point out everybody's flaws. Just deal with them or don't. You don't have to spend time with certain people.
Good point, because we all have them.
Right.
There's a big thing going on. Were you a Simpsons fan? I never, to be honest with you, I don't think I watched a whole episode ever of The Simpsons.
Yeah,
but they're on their final season. They're on their final season. 36 seasons.
Holy crap.
Wait a minute. 36 seasons. Carol, they say it's going to be the longest running television show in history.
Wow.
But anyway, they're supposedly saying, reports say that season 36 finale of The Simpsons reveals Marge's death through a flash forward scene in the future timeline. Lisa, the NBA commissioner, and looks after Homer, who's staying in. So I don't know if the finale, if the Marge, his wife, is going to die.
Okay.
I don't know if this is true or not. I don't really watch the show, so I really can't tell you too much. But Maria says you can find them all those stores. If I had a yard, I would hang clothes outside. They smell.
Yeah,
they smell. Keeps
it
the
does.
smell
Yeah,
out.
because you know what? The
Good
dryer.
point.
It doesn't. It affects the way your clothes smell, even with like fabric softener and stuff like that. It doesn't smell as fresh. It really doesn't. That is the fresh air.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
Speaker Johnson from Ronald Reagan. I'll take a long shot to build the lie, then build the truth. Well, that's a quote. Okay, thank you, Dennis. Carol says, stupid show. My husband and boys love it. Italy, they don't believe in dryers. They still put their clothes
That
out.
makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so some places. Oh boy, listen to this, Carol. In 1895, there were 2 cars in the entire state of Ohio. Yet they still ended up crashing into each other.
Wait, where? Where was this?
In Ohio in 19. Oh my God. Oh, some of the stuff. All right. So, what do you got? Anything interesting on your end over there?
There's a saying I just saw literally right now. I was, sometimes I just scroll on the show, and it's very profound. It says, if your absence doesn't affect them, that means your presence never mattered. So I think that is something that I go down. Like I said, I go down these mental rabbit holes all the time when I read certain things, and then I overthink them. But that's true. If somebody doesn't miss you, or you being gone for long periods of time or whatever doesn't affect somebody, that means that you really don't matter to them. I mean, it's pretty cut and dry, right?
No. Or maybe you never did matter to them.
But
for them to pissed off you that much.
Right. You have to look at that from your own standpoint too. If I'm not missing somebody, you got to look at that. It's telling you something. Maybe they're just not as much a part of your life as you thought that they should be or would be.
Yeah, it would be. Yeah, and that makes a hell of a lot of sense. I mean, these little quotes and these little stories that we're hearing, it's good stuff. Real estate. Illinois need to build. Wow. Listen to this, Carol. Illinois needs to build 227,000 new homes by 2030 to meet the demand of the people.
In Illinois? People
And
are leaving.
Illinois, I thought people
They
were running out of
are.
this
They're
state.
leaving Illinois.
And they are. So I don't know where this is coming. This has come from currentculture.com, Fox 32 News. A new study found that Illinois needs to build 227,000 new homes by 2030 to keep up with the rising demand. The researchers argue the losing of the regulations to make it easier and cheaper to build new homes. I don't know anybody, if you didn't have to live in this state, why do you?
Yeah, I agree. My friend lives in Munster, Indiana, and she loves it there. And it's beautiful neighborhood she lives in. It's so nice, right over the
Yeah.
border, literally the first
Yeah.
exit when you get out of on Illinois and Indiana, and it's gorgeous there. And she loves it. I feel like I'd do it in a heartbeat. To be honest with you.
Okay.
What?
Carol, this is going to be the best thing. My friend Christine Sussman, she puts in on her posts that are very,
Okay.
very funny. You can't be
Okay.
you can't be ugly and play hard to get. You're already hard to want.
Listen, I love.
Oh my God. She's brutal, boy. There's no holds barred on that one, boy. I
shit.
tell you.
My friend Susan does that too. She posts the funniest. They're pretty crude, but they're so funny, always.
And they're true. And they're true, a lot of these things. A lot of these things
Yeah.
are true. This is from a page called Walking with Jesus. It says, never say mean words when you're upset. The anger will pass, but your words can scar a person for life.
Wholeheartedly agree with that. Yes, very true. Yep.
I do agree with that too. Let's see. According to Rolling Stone magazine, the top 5 richest singers in the world. I'm just going to give you 5. Bono comes in at number 5 from U2. Rihanna comes in at number 4. Jay-Z comes in at number 2. Paul McCartney comes in at Jay-Z is number 3. Paul McCartney is 2. Madonna is the richest singer ever. That means she has more money than Taylor Swift?
I don't know about, maybe it's not money. Maybe it's maybe albums sold or something. I don't know.
Well, it says top 50 richest singers.
Oh,
richest.
Yeah, that's
the top wealthiest singers in the world. I mean, Taylor Swift is not even. Oh yeah, she's at number 13, and she's right below Puff Diddy.
Puff Diddy.
Dr. Dre is 11. Dolly Parton is 10. Sting is 19. Usher is 43. Pink is 44. Lady Gaga 33. Katy Perry 29. John Bon Jovi 26. So Madonna, richest. Okay, Carol, what would you think the top 5 most selling soft drinks are?
Oh, like the brands, like a Diet Coke. Root beer, like some kind of root beer. I don't know, A&W. I don't know. Like something.
What kind of names? Let me give you the top 10. Diet Coke comes in at number 10. Monster Energy 9, Red Bull 8, 7-Up 7, Dr. Pepper 6, Mountain Dew 5, Fanta 4, Sprite 3, Pepsi 2. Coming at the number 1 most consumed soft drink, pop, soda, whatever you want to call it. Coca-Cola comes in at number 1.
Yeah, that makes sense. I guess Coke. I like Coke better than Pepsi, but Diet Coke. Yeah. I can't drink Pepsi for some reason. I'm very picky about my carbonated sweet drinks that are terrible for you.
Yeah, they're terrible for you. You are watching Ocean's Pit. Carol Brandolino's in the house, folks. Here's a story I can't believe this is happening, and maybe someone can. It doesn't make any sense to me, but a baby was born already pregnant with her own twin growing inside her. A newborn baby in Hong Kong was found carrying her own twin in her abdomen.
I don't think that's possible. I don't.
I don't think it's possible either. Who knows? I'm just saying these crazy things out there. New study finds that COVID vaccine reduces fertility rates by 33%.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, I believe that. I mean, it's affected a lot of
Yeah,
things. A lot.
I believe that too, Carol. Here's something I did not know. Without your written consent, it's illegal for a collection agency to buy your debt and pursue you for it.
Oh.
Did you know it's illegal for a collection agency to buy your debt and pursue without your written consent? Under the FDCPA, whatever law, they have to have your proof. They have to have your okay before they can come after you.
Huh.
That's medical bills, charge off, evictions, late payments, student loans, bankruptcy, et cetera, credit cards.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
I didn't know either.
Hmm.
You learn a lot of stuff on this show. Some dumb, some good. Me and Carol, we try the best we can, folks. Do you shop at Target?
Oh, yeah, I like Target. Yeah, for certain things, I like Target.
Yeah. Do you know that Target brand clothing has a 1-year return policy? No matter what, you can return anything clothes-wise at Target. You have a year to return it.
Wow, that changes things for me. I have so you can buy stuff for the summer, return it in the fall.
Oh. Yeah, there you go. Hey, that one works good. All right, folks. I know I think we might have had the outspoken. I think we already might have done this already, but Italians' outspoken rules. If you're Italian, that you probably have something for Greeks too. So maybe Carol, you can come up with one for next week. Number 10, no eating while walking. If you're Italian, you don't eat and walk at the same time. No ice in your wine. No cheese with fish. No butter on bread, olive oil instead. No pineapple on pizza. No cappuccino with pizza. No cutting spaghetti with a knife. No Parmesan on seafood. No latte at lunch or dinner. And no ketchup on pizza.
Okay. Do you do any of those?
No, I don't do any of these. I don't put Parmesan on seafood. I don't have lattes. I don't put ketchup on pizza. I don't drink cappuccino. I don't like pineapples. I don't put butter in my bread. No cheese with fish. No ice and wine.
Oh boy.
No eating while walking.
I'm guilty of some of those things.
Well, this is Italians now. It could be you guys. Probably you guys got something over there with the Greeks that probably,
don't
everybody's got their own whatchamacallit.
Don't stuff like that.
No what?
Or behind them. I don't know which one it is.
Wait a minute! Don't walk in front of goats. No, nothing. Here. Nothing kills you faster than your own mind. Do not stress over things that are out of your control.
Yes. Agreed. It's hard to do, but it's essential and it's doable because I've done it. And I was terrible at that. So you can do it.
I agree with you too, ladies and gentlemen. Miami's first. Are you ready, Carol? And I know that we talked about the nude beaches and topless beaches. We talked about that. How about this? Miami's very first nude cruise set sail for the Caribbean. No clothes, no problem. A nude cruise that just sailed from Miami, making one of the largest naturist voyages to date. Organized by Bare Necessities and hosted aboard a Norwegian Pearl. The 11-day journey is called the Big Nude Boat. 2025, it travels to the Caribbean, stopping at destinations like Bahamas, Puerto Rico, St. Martin, Dominican, Martinique, and St. Lucia. The cruise welcomes over 2,000 passengers, promotes body positivity and social nudism. Not sexually. Nudity is allowed in designated areas like the pool, deck, private beaches, but passengers must be using towels or stuff during dinner.
Well,
so
you don't want to look at some people when you're eating it. I mean, oh God, I can't even imagine something like
Okay.
that. But I wouldn't mind not being nude and being at one of them just to see what
You know
goes on.
what?
I'll be honest with you. I could be there, but I don't want to be nude, and I just want to watch everybody else.
Well, you got to ask yourself, it's got to cost you a hell of a lot. Yeah, listen, it's got to be a lot cheaper than you're packing your bags. What do you bring
Good
it?
point. That's a good point. But you got to bring something for the when you get off on the get off the cruise for the like islands and stuff, right? You got to have clothes for that. Something, right? But
I'm
yeah,
sure, right? Absolutely. I mean,
I'd
you
like
would
to be a
think.
spectator.
Interesting stuff we're hearing, folks. Interesting stuff we're hearing, folks. You never know what you're going to hear on Therapy Thursday. That's what we
David.
should call it. That's a good idea.
Oh,
Therapy
shit.
Thursday is what we all need. I think we're going to need that, folks, because some of the stuff that comes out of our mouths, it's amazing. Jack Vena Landscaping, folks. They offer monthly maintenance program, bush trimming, spring, fall, bed cleaning, beds, early fertilizing. We control. They offer plant design, service, installation, servicing the northern Illinois area for over 50 years. Call Tommy at 847-432-5266. And Wendy Thompson and Craig Coughlin, becoming your own bank, making your dream retirement reality with guaranteed lifetime income. Help you secure your legacy. Never too late to start. Give them a call, man. It's very simple. 630-890-1213 or book them on Calendly for a free consultation and start building the retirement you deserve. Call Wendy or Craig at 630-890-1213 in Pirelux.
I actually got to hang out with
bank.
Craig and Wendy yesterday. They were at they went to see Seventh Heaven, and I never really had a chance to sit
Cool.
and talk with them, but they're such a great couple. But I will tell you this, Wendy, I'm going to go
Yes.
for a consultation. We're going to do lunch one day, and I'm going to go for a consultation for Imperialux because I need it. I know I do. But you know what? I'll tell you something. Just talking to her for 10, 15 minutes, and I told her just a few of my things that I'm looking to do. She just looked at me and said something like very positive, and how she's going to get it. We're going to get this worked out. And you know what? I believed her. I was like, oh, okay. Like she's so confident. And I love that because she knows what she's doing. She's confident about it. And I believed her. I was like, okay, let's do this. So we're going to meet.
Yeah, she's very good at, and she knows the
Yes.
knowledge of all the background
Yes.
stuff that you
Right.
don't realize when you're trying
Yeah.
to deal with money and investing and stuff like that. She can tell you all the
Yeah.
ins and outs.
I'm
Her and
excited.
Craig, yeah, very good. I think that's why they do a great job. That
Mhm.
is Imperialux. Guys, it has come to the end of the hour, folks, and of course, 4th of July is right around the corner. There will be no show tomorrow. We will be back on Monday, on July 7th. We got a couple birthdays, folks. Sonny Bono would have been 90 years old today. Alan, my buddy Alan, and your lovely wife Lena, if you're watching, happy birthday, Lena. Aronson Wilson, of course, Aronson Wilson, who played Potsy on Happy Days, 75. Danny Bonaducci, who played Danny on the Partridge Family, 65. Was that Mick Taylor? Mick Taylor, 59 years old. Valerie Bertinelli, 65 years old. I'm sorry, that was Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson, 59 years old. Dick the Bruiser for all you wrestling fans. Richard out there. Pierce Bronson is 72. Jim Palucci. Jimmy, happy birthday. Dominic, Jennifer and Greg's son from Taverna, turns 26 years old. Princess Diana's birthday a couple days ago. Very interesting. Maria Conchita Alonso. She was an actress back in a movie. She didn't do too many. She was in Running Man with Arnold Schwarzenegger. Anyway, yeah. Okay, so good. Forget about these. I have no idea. And I think Gina's granddaughter,
Yes, Mila.
right? Celebrating a birthday on
Cyrus.
Saturday.
Mila and Cyrus. Yeah, 2 birthdays.
2 birthdays on Saturday. All right, guys, and a lot of good stuff coming up. Don't forget, is it next Saturday? July 12th, we'll be at the Getaway in Lake Geneva. Everybody's asking when we're back in Lake Geneva. July 12th, it's a Saturday, folks, and we'll be back on Monday. And let's give it up for our good friends from Ace Hardware. Ace is the place, buy local, shop local, helping neighbors before they were neighborhoods, folks. Let's see here, folks. See our print ad for 25% off any regular priced item under $50 or $12.50 off any regular priced item over $50 and save up to $230 on select Tangier wood pellet grills and more. Grill your ace off and our good friends from Ace Hardware. Buy local, shop local, download the Ace Rewards app. Either way, keep track of your points, coupons, and special offers. Ace is the place. Carol, you have a great weekend. Enjoy, hit the sun, do what you got to do, and we'll be back with Carol here on Tuesday. I'll be back on Monday live from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. Guys, buy, support local, buy local, support local, live entertainment, local establishments, and be kind to everybody. And just because you're insulted or offended in this crazy ass world that we're living in now, just because you're offended doesn't mean you're right. It makes a lot of sense.
Yeah,
it does. Any last thing you want to say, Carol? Before
no, just be safe and don't go near fireworks. Don't light them off. Let the professionals do that shit. Okay, I don't want people losing fingers and eyeballs. Okay, that's all. That's all, folks.
Good point. Be careful and watch out for your pets.
Give them
Keep
some
them
Xanax.
inside because they're afraid of fireworks. Yes. You guys have a good one. Nick Sahaja is going to take us out. Bye-bye, everybody. Ringo says peace and love. We need it. Have a good one, guys.
Time to go. It's the end of the show. See you later from Tony O.
Whoa. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day. Peace and love and happy 4th of July.